Well, here I am adding my name to a long list of people already reviewing ridiculous things on the internet. I wanted to throw my name in the hat, and I chose to add this video of Doc Brown's legendary time machine, the DeLorean from Back to the Future, merely because, well, heck, this is October 21st, 2015, the legendary date that Marty ends up going into the future in Back to the Future 2. This DeLorean time machine is a rarity, much, much rarer than any other DeLorean toy out there, I believe. This is a version from the Back to the Future cartoon series that aired in short duration during the early 1990s. And you can tell already that there are some variations in color differences to this DeLorean. Most notably, the red tail portion, which are typically black, and of course the rims that are mysteriously a royal blue color. I think they wanted this, just like any other child's toy, to be vibrant and colorful and appeal to small kids. As you can tell with the package here, it's a window box. It's pretty typical of a box that would be displaying this type of toy of its era. A lot of pictures, a lot of visuals, and it tells the customer that this has forward movement, bump and go action. The DeLorean rises for takeoff. The wheels are going to change to a horizontal position, much like the second DeLorean. Lights flash, sirens sound, 360-degree rotational movement. Machine lowers itself for landing, and wheels return to a ground position, which by its description sounds pretty advanced for a toy that came out in 1992. But I assure you, it is not. It's not all that it's cracked up to be. Of course, probably the most upsetting part of this DeLorean is the fact that it kind of promises sirens and sounds and flashing lights, and the first thing you think of as a Back to the Future fan is, of course, the real sound effects used in the movie. So whereas you might expect something like this, or maybe something like this, to happen when you have the DeLorean moving, it's actually a quite disappointing and almost annoying sound. In fact, so much so that when I have it on, my kids and family pretty much flip out. It's such a noise complaint waiting to happen. But anyways, without further ado, why don't we just show the thing in action? I will tell you that mine does not roll for some reason. The power in the spinning mechanism isn't strong enough. I don't know if it's the batteries or whatnot to move it around, so you won't see it rolling around my kitchen floor. But what you will see is it lifting off its base and of course spinning around, giving the flying sensation, which for the all intents and purposes of this video, I guess is good enough. Here goes. Here we go. It's lifting off the ground. One of the main problems I think people would have with this DeLorean is the fact that the wheels are actually floppy. They're not actually connected, as you can see here. They are, of course, to be able to show the rise function, so they had to be not connected and not functional as a real wheel. In fact, the thing that moves it is this mechanism right here. It's kind of a wheel rotating base that's going to give the vehicle its ability to move whatsoever. One thing I will speak highly of is it's a nice size scale. Here it is next to the 1/18th scale DeLorean that was put out and sold at Toys R Us a few years ago. So you can tell it's pretty big. The modern era is obviously much more accurate and even a little longer than our 1992 counterpart here. But for people looking for a DeLorean back in the days of the early 90s, this was pretty much your only choice. It was sold at, I was told it was sold at Universal Studios stores when they had the Back to the Future ride. And I believe it was sold at toy stores, but in a very, very small quantity, as the cartoon did not put out much merchandise. But for that collector nowadays here in 2015, looking for every type of DeLorean collectible to possess in his or her collection, I guess you got to definitely get this this version of the DeLorean. A bit tacky, a bit off color, but very unique in its own design. Thank you for watching this first video review of mine. This is the Animal Reviews. Please subscribe, tune in, and watch for future reviews of mine. Thank you so much.